Hello, welcome to WSD Voice, a podcast focused on positive and informative news in Waterford School District. I am your host, Sarah Davis, the Director of Communications and Community Relations, and I'm here with my co-host, Waterford School District Interim Superintendent Darin Holley. And we are here today to talk about community and the important role that it plays in the success of our school district. Of course, there's the internal community that we have that encompasses our teachers and our staff and our administrators. But then there's also that external community and those organizations that really have a forward focus on creating a strong, family-friendly environment, which in turn obviously enhances what we're doing here at Waterford School District.
Yeah, we are so blessed in Waterford to have so many organizations that provide untold amounts of resources and opportunities for our students. We also have a community that has continuously supported our school district throughout the passage of bonds, which has allowed us to consistently invest heavily in our students and staff over time.
So today we're going to have two of the organizations, and trust me, there's many. We're going to have two on today that help out our school district. The first representation will be Nikki Tippett, who is the director of the Waterford Area Chamber of Commerce. So welcome to the show, Nikki.
Thank you. It's so great to be here talking to you guys. Thank you.
Of course. So your organization does a ton, right, for the Waterford community. Can you kind of explain what the chamber does and what its purpose is?
So to make it easy to understand, I've started calling us the Hype Squad for Waterford businesses and organizations. But it's not just Waterford businesses. We're in and around the community. It's the Waterford area. So, we have a little bit of reach into Clarkston, Commerce, White Lake, Pontiac, West Bloomfield. So, it's all in where you want to market your business. So, if you want to market your business to the Waterford community, it doesn't matter where your business is. You'll want to join the Waterford Chamber. So we're here.
God has a pretty nice ring to it.
It does, because we're a pretty fun group. We like to really generate a lot of excitement for our businesses, our organizations, and make people want to engage those and utilize them as a resource for the community.
So, Nikki, what does that look like? Explain some of your events and initiatives so that we can, put a spotlight on it.
So, we really try to focus both on business-to-business events, but also community events that businesses can engage the community or people in the community can meet our businesses. So we do like concerts in the park at Hess Hathaway. We have the Community Expo, which is at the high school, at Mott High School, and really trying to get information out as much as possible. Our Restaurant Week is a big community event that we just started last year, and we're excited to bring back this year.
And you had mentioned that it's expanding as well. You have more restaurants and it's going on for longer?
Yes. So last year it was for 1 week. We had 27 restaurants. This year we have 34 restaurants, and we're going to be expanding it to 2 weeks so that people have some more time to get to know the restaurants. We have a lot of wonderful restaurants in our community that do so much to support, whether it's, we have a power outage and they loan their cooler space to people that want to bring a cooler in, to, giving gift cards for school initiatives and things like that. So,
So as it relates to school specifically, what are some ways that you provide resources or advocate for the Waterford School District?
Oh, wow. That's one that I think goes really deep because, we do that surface level stuff where, I'm helping Sarah engage businesses for like gift cards for initiatives, partnering with you guys to bring people into Mott High School for an expo, engaging you guys for certain events like Movie Palooza so that, we can bring families in together and they can, play around at one of the schools, if they have younger kids and, they aren't familiar with the middle schools, then, that's a good place to be.
You help with our enrollment campaigns?
Yep, helping with enrollment campaigns. Yep. We're a big information source for the community. So the enrollment campaign, bonds, millages, really trying to get the information out so that our voters in the area are educated and know what those things are going to, so that when they see the construction on Airport Road, they know, oh yeah, I voted for that. This is going to be great. So,
Right.
yeah.
So I know through a lot of these events that we're talking about, there's other partners, right? So like you have Waterford Parks and Recreation also does a ton for the community. How is it that you involve these other local businesses and organizations in your work?
It really depends on the services we're looking for. We exclusively use our businesses as much as possible. So, if we need linens, we'll reach out to Fabulous Events. If we need food, we'll reach out to one of our restaurants and see if they can provide it for one of our events, either at a discount or for an in-kind sponsorship. We ask businesses to sponsor our different events. So that helps us cover the main cost of events, like especially concerts in the park. Those sponsorships help us pay for the bands and the all of the logistics that go into it, because it's a whole month-long event with 4 different days that we engage bands. So it all depends on the demographic that the business wants to reach in their marketing plan, and how much they're willing to spend. And, we try and get their name out there as much as possible as a supporter for that event. And then, sometimes like at Expo, they have a table so that they can meet people within the community and hand out information and educate people on what they're doing and why they're here. And it's a lot about what their passion is. We have a lot of small business owners that are serving out a passion that, they really want to get people in their doors and be able to do that passion.
And for those events too, a big piece of it is engaging with the community, families, but also that networking in between businesses. I know personally at the Business Expo, when we go, that's my favorite portion of it, is that hour where the businesses can go and walk around and walk table to table and just kind of meet those connections of people that you might be able to help each other throughout the year.
Right.
So
we're here to be a resource for the community. If you're looking for a plumber, if you're looking for, a contact in the school district, or, who to get a hold of at the township for, certain licensing or permits or something like that. We're kind of a one-stop shop and say, oh, you can talk to this person, or, what, I'm not sure about that. Let me check on it and I'll get back to you. So, the community is not making a million phone calls. We're reaching out to our resources and being a resource to them.
So like we mentioned, there's a lot of things that you do to help out the school district. You allow us a monthly column for Darin, the superintendent, in the newsletter. Again, State of the Township, which I think you maybe mentioned, really gives us a platform to promote the positive news going on in Waterford School District, which is an opportunity that, is important that we have to tell that side of things. And so that's really valuable. So again, we just appreciate those different things.
Yeah, I'm glad to do it. It's a great partnership, and creating a strong business community is helpful for the schools, and having a strong school community is helpful for our businesses. So working together, it's not just about the businesses, it's about the entire community and how we can all work together between us and you guys and the school district. And like when it comes to State of the Township, OCC, there's so many moving parts and a lot of great things going on now, with all of that. So getting that information out there as much as possible and letting people know that Waterford is a wonderful place to live, work, and play is really key.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me,
Love
guys.
having you here, and you'll have to come back next time.
Yeah, I will.
Like to promote.
I will, definitely. Go Waterford. I'm an alumni, and, I love supporting it. So it's great to be here.
Great. Thank you. Hello, Darin Holley here, Interim Superintendent of Waterford School District. It's time to start thinking about where your child should attend school for the 25-26 school year. At Waterford School District, we aim to create today's student to become tomorrow's leader, and we are uniquely prepared to build your child's bright future. We have recently invested over $16 million in cutting-edge curriculum and technology. Additionally, in September 2024, we opened a brand new state-of-the-art Stepanski Early Childhood Center, for which we are currently accepting registration. Learn more and enroll at wsdmi.org/enrollment. That's wsdmi.org/enrollment. Come join us here at Waterford School District, where your child will be inspired, educated, and empowered to thrive.
Okay, and we are back discussing our WSD community and the important role that it plays in the success of our school district. We just met with the incredible Nikki Tippett from the Waterford Area Chamber of Commerce, and up next in the hot seat is John Himmelspach, the director of the Waterford Foundation for Public Education. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Darin. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend. We'll start you off the same way we did with Nikki. Can you explain what the Waterford Foundation's purpose is and maybe a little history about how the foundation started?
Certainly. We just celebrate our 40th year as a foundation whose mission is to promote and recognize excellence in education, teaching, and learning. We're a charitable nonprofit providing funding for innovative and broad-reaching enrichment programs as we partner with the Waterford School District. Our board of directors are former educators, parents, business owners, community leaders who are all committed to excellence in teaching and learning.
All right, and I know one way that you go about your mission is through putting on a variety of events. Can you kind of talk about some of those events and how they support students and staff in particular in the school district?
Sure. Some examples of how we support students is each year we honor we call the Select 50. 50 graduating high school seniors from Waterford Mott and Waterford Kettering are honored at a dinner for the senior and their family by the foundation. They're each chosen 25 from Mott and 25 from Kettering. And these are not the top 25 academic students. They're based on leadership, citizenship, academic achievement.
That's great.
And then at Durant, we have the Durant Most Improved, and we provide a celebration with the 10 students who each term have had the largest increase in the grade point average from one marking period to the next. And they're honored by the foundation at a lunch with a certificate, a nice Most Improved sweatshirt, and a gift card.
And that's a really great program. I know those students really look forward to that and are honored when they receive that. John, I know that when I talk about what the Waterford Foundation does for the Teacher of the Year, people are so jealous about what you have done, and it's really a unique thing that the Waterford Foundation has built over time. Can you talk a little bit about what that
is?
Of
course, it's always exciting. I think we're into our 35th teacher this year, having been selected as our Teacher of the Year. Each year, we take nominations from parents, staff, and community members for our Teacher of the Year. And this year's nominations are for our middle school and high school teaching staff. This award's also sponsored by Longhammer Chevrolet, and the winner receives free use of a vehicle from Longhammer. Last year, the winner was April Lennox from Hallon Elementary. So our committee reviews information provided by the nominator. They visit the classroom of the teacher. They interview the teacher. And then one great morning as a foundation, we show up at their classroom, tell them, guess what, your Teacher of the Year, stop teaching, go pick out a car. The rest of the school gives them a big clap. And then, of course, all nominees are recognized at a dinner hosted by the foundation.
Yeah, it really is an exciting event, especially those days when we walk into the classrooms and surprise the teacher, and the whole school just really rallies around it. Everybody that's nominated is really top of their game, and
they are.
It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite mornings just from a communications standpoint, because we go, Jane films a lot of it, and there is just a lot of excitement and camaraderie in it. It just is really a good feeling day.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's amazing.
So another way that the foundation goes about supporting Waterford School District is you have scholarships for students and classroom grants for teachers. Can you kind of talk about those two funding sources?
Sure. We have 5 educational scholarships for high school seniors, totaling about $10,000. And I will say the seniors should apply now. The deadline is March 7th, and the applications are found on the school district's website.
Okay.
As far as grants, last year the foundation granted over $72,000 to support innovative and creative instructional ideas and programs. They've included things like band instruments, climbing walls, projects for building literacy and math skills, Camp WSD, classroom kilns for elementary art teachers, Bucket of Love, and Waterford Special Olympics. Those applications are out there right now, and they're accepted until April 2nd.
That's great. And being a payer of college and all those scholarship things, those things really add up. So that's certainly appreciated.
And I'm sure very few people realize that have given $72,000 to teachers. I mean, that's a tremendous.
And the money that you get from donations and that just comes right back into our students.
And you think of the life of the foundation, it's almost over $2 million that we put back into staff's hands for great things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really do think it's unique. As I talk to other communities, they may have a foundation, but there's their foundations and there's the Waterford Foundation. So another key initiative that the foundation really oversees and helps us support is Sweet Reads. It's so unique and it's a credible program. Can you talk a little bit about what that is?
Sure. Well, Mary Lou Simmons was a longtime teacher and principal in the Waterford School District, and she bequeathed over $500,000 to the foundation to set up as a legacy endowment that supports literacy and performing arts. So that endowment has funded $15,000 each year for the past several summers to the Sweet Reads bookmobile, which travels to neighborhoods during the summer to bring books closer to students' home to continue their reading over the summer. And then, of course, that mobile, the Sweet Reads mobile, is staffed by volunteer teachers in the summer.
And they had ice cream
Mm-hmm.
books.
Can't forget about the ice cream.
Yeah.
It's quite a hit.
Yep. I can think of very few things more important than keeping that summer reading going.
Yes.
For students. John, is there anything else that you want to add about the foundation and the work you do or resources for
people? A couple more things. I think it's important that we mention Ken Frankel, another longtime teacher in the district. He provided endowment to the foundation, which we use to support mentoring for new teachers. And then, of course, we have a large number of Waterford school staff and retirees who donate to our general fund so we can support all those programs we've talked about. And we also have been very lucky to have several former Waterford people include us in their estates and trusts with significant bequests to our general fund. And this past year, it included the Art and Lorna Pierre Trust and the Tara Van Vergessen estate. And so I really just like to say that if you're interested in serving on one of these committees that I explained today, or as a board member for the foundation, our foundation information is nicely placed on the school district's website. So I really appreciate you, and thank you for having me representing the foundation on the show.
Yeah, it really is a great foundation, and they've done so many things for us over the years. They've been great partners, and the people that make it up, they are fun to be around too. So
it's all good stuff.
Thanks for being here, John. We appreciate it. Darin, as interim superintendent, hearing all of these things that these two amazing organizations are doing, and again, there are two of many in Waterford, but the two we're focusing on today. What are your thoughts about the importance of this type of community engagement with our school district?
Well, we always tend to hear about the negative things that happen in our world, and there are certainly many challenges that we face as schools today. But we are so grateful for the Chamber and Waterford Foundation and many of our other community partners because working on these problems alone, these challenges can be pretty overwhelming. But together we can do great things. And not only do we have willing partners in the community, but we have some of the best. And we're just I've been very lucky to be a part of that as well.
Yep. So there you have it. Together we can do great things. Thank you, Darin. And again to John, Nikki, who was on earlier. Your investments in the Waterford School District community are not unnoticed, and we appreciate you. This podcast is brought to you by Waterford School District's Department of School and Community Services and is produced by video production coordinator Jane Tekiele. I am the host of this podcast, Sarah Davis, and you can find all episodes of WSD Voice on our website at wsdmi.org, or you can tune in to 89.5 WAHS, Radio Central Multicultural, or any Waterford Community Cable channel. We also invite you to subscribe to the podcast, which is available on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and if you want to watch the recording on our own WSD YouTube channel. We so appreciate you listening today and encourage you to tune in to future episodes of WSD Voice as we discuss topics geared toward inspiring, educating, and empowering our students, staff, alumni, and community to thrive.